If you're a single guy watching this, I'm sure you've experienced this before. Like you're standing in line at a Starbucks or a coffee shop or something, and a really cute girl walks in, and you immediately get nervous. You get those butterflies in your stomach, and you're like, I could go approach her. Like, I know, because you know that cold approaching is a thing. So you're like, I could go approach her. Like, I know that I could technically, but you're afraid. I'm sure you've had these thoughts, in these situations where you see that really cute girl and you immediately start worrying that, okay, like there's people around me. Like imagine you're at a cafe, at a Starbucks, there's other people around you, and you immediately feel like everybody's watching you. That there's like this spotlight on you, and everyone knows that you think she's hot. And they're all kind of waiting, like, what's this guy gonna do, right? You feel like that. Everyone is just watching you, right? I mean, obviously, it's totally, BS, but that is a fear, right, that you get in that moment. Another fear is that you feel like she's out of your league. Like you see this cute girl and you're like, fuck, she's out of my league, bro. Like there's no way that she's gonna like me. That's also BS, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about that in this video as well. Like how that's just kind of this like narrative we create in our heads. And it's like because you've been thinking about it for a while already, like you've seen her, it's already been like 10, 15, 20 seconds maybe, like maybe a minute has gone by, and you've been thinking about it a lot. You're kind of worrying about all these things. You're kind of too nervous at this point, right? Like your fucking heart is beating really fast. You're literally sweaty. Like your face is red. You have a lump in your neck. You're like, bro, I can't even go walk up to her and talk to her because like it'll be awful. And at that point, all you want to do is just get out of the situation because it's just anxious, right? Like you're nervous in that moment. So you get your drink, you get your fucking frappuccino. You don't order frappuccinos, but I know you get the cold brews, you get the iced lattes. You get your drink, you leave, and you're not in that situation anymore. So you can kind of like relax, put your guard down. But you're fucking angry at yourself. You're like, what the fuck was that, bro? Like, why do I get so angry in these moments? Like, why is it so hard for me? And you're walking and you're just like spiraling now. You're thinking about like, why did my parents raise me the way that I am? Like, I'm such a pussy. Like, why didn't my dad teach me how to do this shit? Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, why do I have friends that have no trouble with this? Like, why do right? You're kind of going into this like negative spiral, and that's just your life. Like, another day goes by without becoming that guy that you want to be. Another day went by where you let fear win. How do you beat that fear? How do you beat that fear? Because, bro, it's not like what you say to the girl, right? So many videos like this are about like, just say this, right? Like, and I have videos like this too, right? It's like, just walk up to her and say, hey, whatever. That shit doesn't really help because it's like, you know how to talk to people. You've spoken to people before, right? So it's like the conversation aspect. I'm sure that you could have a conversation with a girl if you're not nervous. But it's that fear that stops you. So it's like, what the fuck is that fear? And how can you get over that fear? How do you win the battle against fear when that girl walks in and your heart starts racing and you're like, oh fuck, like I could go for it, bro. Like I could change my life right now. That literally could be my girlfriend. You never know. She's gorgeous and she seems out of my league, but bro, like I literally could be dating her in like a week from now if I walk up to her right now. There's a few things you can do in that moment, right? As soon as that girl walks in and you have that fear, there's a few things that you can do. And these aren't recommendations, these aren't suggestions, like cute little suggestions. These are fucking prescriptions. These are the only ways that I have found that you could actually get over the fear of walking up to a girl that you think is cute. Okay, so you could either do this or not listen to me and then like stay the guy that you are. These are the only solutions that I've found, and I'm gonna give you a 3-step, no bullshit process on how you could actually get over that fear. So let's rewind. Let's take it back to that Starbucks line, okay, or coffee shop line, whatever. You're standing in line. You're just kind of sitting there, right? You look at the door and you see a cute girl walk in, and she's all by herself. She's like your perfect fucking dream girl, your type, okay? Beautiful. The sunlight behind her through the window, you're like, oh my God, she's a fucking angel. She's walking towards you, and you're like, oh fuck, dude, right? She gets in line next to you. You're nervous, right? You're not even like thinking about the drink that you want, right? You're kind of just like on autopilot now. You're like, all you're thinking about is her. Instead of going down that nervous, fear based route, what you need to do first is decide that you will walk up to her. You have to decide. You have to tell yourself, okay, I will approach her. Yes, I will approach her. What I've realized over hundreds of approaches, multiple years of doing this, I only meet women through approaching. I don't do dating apps. I don't do any of that bullshit. And my dating life is like way better now than it used to be when I was like on dating apps, fucking not matching with any girls that I actually wanted to. What I've realized is that so much of that anxiety and fear that we get in that moment when you see that cute girl, so much of that anxiety is just the indecisiveness, right? You're thinking about like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Right? You're kind of analyzing her, thinking like, what's the probability that she would be a good person if I walk up? What should I say? She's wearing headphones, but you start thinking about all these things. The best thing to do is just to decide, take that leap, make that commitment that, okay, I'm going to walk up to her. That immediately silences all the fucking noise in your head. I had this experience at a coffee shop recently where I'm standing in line and I see this really, really cute girl sitting at a table already. And she's gorgeous, blonde hair, blue eyes, fucking beautiful, okay? I see her, I'm about to order, but I'm immediately like thinking about her, like, okay, like she's hot. I should go approach her. Like I should do it. But then I start getting the thoughts, right? Like there's people sitting next to her. Like she's alone, but there's people like, sitting at tables kind of close to her. What if they hear me? What if like the people that work at the cafe, like what if they notice me walking up to her and they like judge me? They're like, oh, this fucking guy, this fucking creep, like I'm just worried about like people's judgment mostly. More than my own like self, right? Like I'm worried about what people are going to be thinking about me because it's like a cafe and I'm worried that people, again, like that spotlight feeling, like everyone's watching me. Everyone knows that, I think she's hot. I sit down at my table and, I'm about to work. I'm about to take out my laptop and all this stuff. Again, I'm thinking about all these things. But I'm like, dude, fuck it. Like, I have to go walk up to her. Like, I'm deciding right now that, like, I will walk up to her once I'm, like, set up. Making that decision immediately helps you just calm your mind, right? Because you're no longer on the fence. You're making the commitment mentally. Like, okay, I will walk up to her. Now, the next part is walking up to her. That's the only way, right? It's kind of stating the obvious, but like you're not going to get that girl unless you just try, right? She might be married, bro. You don't fucking know, right? But you have to try. You have to give yourself a chance. Once you decide, it's not a guarantee that you could just walk up to her immediately, right? You're about to order your coffee. She's about to, like don't walk up to her as soon as she's like in the middle of ordering, right? Like don't do that. But whenever it seems like socially reasonable, like she's not in a conversation with the person, she's standing, waiting for her drink or whatever, or she went to go sit down or something, whatever. Whenever it makes sense, that's when you finally walk up to her. Bro, this feeling that you get when you actually start walking up to the girl, it's honestly like the best feeling in the fucking world. This is where you get to feel like a fucking man. You feel so masculine. Like once you've decided, like, okay, like, I will walk up to her, you're kind of telling your brain to shut the fuck up. You're like, no, dude, I'm gonna do it. You wait for like the moment where she's like, available basically. Or maybe once you're like ready. Once you actually start walking up to her and there's that like 5 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever where you're like walking up to her, you're like, I'm doing this. Like I'm actually doing this and you own it. Your balls feel fucking heavy. You feel masculine, bro. Like this is one of those things in life where like it's unique to the masculine experience. Women don't do this, right? I mean, women barely do this. And women don't have to face rejection like men do. So I'm not going to get into that, right? But this is a unique experience to the world of masculinity where you've decided that you're going to walk up to her and you're actually doing it. And it's like those 5 seconds that, bro, it just feels really good because you know that you're about to do it. The hardest part, honestly, is like making the decision to go do it and actually taking that first step towards, your walk up to her. That's the hardest part. Once you actually start walking towards her and your brain is like, all right, yeah, we're going to do this, everything kind of becomes easier, bro. I'm not going to lie. You're kind of like on the way down, right? Like the peak of the mountain is like actually deciding and then taking those first steps towards her. Once you actually like set it in motion, it becomes easier. Then this is step 3. Keep it simple when you walk up to her and talk to her. Don't try to overcomplicate it, right? If you follow these steps, you're not going to be overcomplicating it. Like this is the simplest fucking thing you could do. Keep it simple, man. Don't try to get fancy with the pickup lines that you've seen on TikTok, like the what would you rate me out of 10? Like just be a human being, bro. Like women want connection And that's truly the only way that you're going to get a quality girl is just like being yourself. You know what I mean? Literally just, hey, excuse me, this is super random, but I saw you. I thought you were really cute. I want to come say hi. I'm bad at acting. So like, but just something like that, right? Keep it simple, bro. Don't try to be cool. Just please do not try to be cool. That's where a lot of fakeness comes out. That's where a lot of guys fuck up is when they actually try to be somebody that they're not. Don't try to be like the Riz guys on TikTok. You're smiling, you're having fun, and you're fucking proud of yourself because you're just doing this. You're like, I'm doing this. I'm actually doing this. You're not really worried about the result so much, right? That's not really the issue here, right? When we're overthinking things, we're worried about the result. But once you actually set things in motion and you actually decide, I will walk up to her, you start walking up to her and you say something to her, the result kind of goes out the window. You kind of stop giving a fuck about the result. You're like, okay, I'm doing this. That's the important part. And feeling proud of yourself is really important. That generates joy, generates happiness, internal validation, right? So you're walking up to her and you're happy, not because of how she's reacting to you, but because you are getting over fear that you have, which is fucking awesome. Dude, the feeling that you get from simply facing a fear of yours is way better than, you know, her giving you like a yes or whatever, like her giving you her number. I promise you. It's going to feel good getting her number, obviously, but don't worry about that too much. Like, don't think about that aspect too much. The biggest thing with this is the internal validation that you feel from facing a fear of yours. The results, you have no fucking, she might be deaf, bro. Like, she might literally not hear. You don't know who this girl is. She might be fucking deaf and blind. You don't know anything about her. I do have a community with like 5+ hours of exclusive content all on this, facing your fears, developing that internal validation when it comes to dating. It's called Natural Confidence Lab. The link is down below. Check it out. I genuinely believe that every single fucking man on earth when he's young, really at any point in his life if he hasn't had this yet, every man needs to have a phase in their life where they're approaching women. Because what it does for you, it's not like on the outside, it looks like it's just about dates and sex or whatever. Bro, the internal transformation you get from doing this is like none other. Because what you're teaching yourself to do is basically allowing yourself to pursue things that you want because you want to do it, not because you're waiting for the universe to give you the perfect, sign. You stop giving a fuck about like what other people think about you and like, oh, I wonder what like the people around me are gonna say. It's like all like like I know that you're smart enough. You're watching this. You know that shit doesn't matter. Like what other people think about you and all these things, right? You know logically that it's bullshit. Like that's bullshit. I'm not here to fucking teach you the logic of like it's dumb to think about what other people think about you. You know that it's stupid, right? But when you're in that moment, that's the only thing that you could think about. Because it's like that final barrier, like that fear. Approaching a girl fucking pushes through so many fear barriers, if you want to call it that. It just shatters your fucking assumption of reality, dude. Because you go from feeling like, oh my God, this girl's out of my league. Like she's going to laugh at me if I talk to her. There's people all around me. They're going to be judging me. Like they're going to be thinking about me. They're going to be fucking filming me and posting it on TikTok or whatever. You go from like feeling that anxious to all of a sudden now you're like, in a genuinely wholesome, relaxed conversation with a really attractive girl, and you kind of don't give a fuck about what anyone's thinking about you, and you realize that no one really gives a fuck about you. No one's going to comment. No one's going to be like, leave her alone or whatever. No one's going to say anything. So it's like the narrative that we give ourselves in our heads is so warped and misleading. It's really fucking sad that I don't know why, but our brain chooses to just like fuck us over in these situations. Like when we want to grow as an individual, like even like at the gym or something, right? Like you're at the gym and you're like afraid of like asking the guy next to you to spot you because you're like, oh, like he's going to be annoyed that I'm asking him to, step away from his workout or whatever. It's like, and then you do it and the guy's like, yeah, of course, bro. Like, let me know if you need another spot. Like he's the coolest guy ever. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, why am I creating these bullshit narratives in my head? That's the thing with this that I fucking love is that like the narrative in your head is not really accurate because you have your lens of reality, your perspective of reality, But once you actually start pursuing the things that you want to pursue, and in this case, and I think pursuing women is like the best way to do this. It's kind of like a good testing ground for this. You realize that, bro, like I don't need permission from other people to like do what I want to do. I could just go for it. Other people don't really fucking matter, and they don't really give a fuck about me in the first place. Like, why should I give a fuck about like what this random like old lady in the Starbucks is gonna be thinking about me as I walk up to this girl? Who gives a fuck? You just start living like such an autonomous life. You're like, I am like the main character in my own life. Like, yeah, like I am the main character. You should be the main character in your life. Like, you should stop. Like, obviously, like you know the logic of this. Like, you shouldn't be relying on other people's opinions and stuff like that. Approaching women is genuinely the best way to start actually feeling this for yourself. That like you're capable of achieving a lot of stuff in life, and really the only thing that holds you back is the narrative in your own head. That is today's video. I'll see you guys next time.